Welcome to Warriors Peace University, where we don't just talk about having it all, we live it. We'll get started this morning. I was gone on vacation. Sheesh, feels like forever when it's like that. It's crazy. Feels like it's forever. But it goes so quick as well. So glad to be back. Want to hear about the whole deal. I want to get into successes and failures while I was gone. And so just being able to be as transparent as possible. Um, what were your successes and what were your failures?
I'll start because my list is the shortest, probably. Um, I did my first weekly war, closed it out, set it up, closed it out. Learned a lot from that process.
Okay.
I haven't set this week's weekly war because I needed to meet with you or Andy or somebody. I know what I want on there, but I'm not exactly sure how to fill it out again. Um, Stayed sober. I don't even know what day it is. 31 plus 27, whatever number that is. 58. Is that right? Yeah, 58 days.
Good.
And worked out every single day. No days off. And ate 3,500 calories a day and far exceeded my protein intake every day. I was eating 220, 250 grams of protein a day
Nice.
and 3,500 calories. I'm 8 pounds up in less than 2 weeks.
Good Lord.
And that's without the sugar. I've been eating ice cream every day. Just red.
Haven't or have?
Have not.
Okay. Good. At least we're past-
Primarily red meat.
Okay. Nice. Very good there. I'm glad that got adjusted. You'd be gaining 8 pounds in your cheeks.
Yeah. I could tell you right now how many grams of sugar I've been eating. I'm logging all my meals too. That's a win.
Golly, man, isn't it crazy to hear him say this many wins? Okay, here you are. Dude, that is yeah. Yeah.
See your diary.
And to hear him staying sober. Staying sober is huge.
Yeah, when you lose count of how many days you've been sober, that's a huge win.
That makes it nice. It makes it nice. Yeah, it's less about the days, right? Yeah. So good.
Yeah, yesterday I only had 20 grams of sugar, but I had 223 grams of protein.
Okay. Have you done body fat test?
I have not. Every time I've gone into my gym to get it done, there's not a trainer there. I needed to make an appointment to get it done, but I'll do that this weekend for sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. I tried to do it last night again, but the trainer that does it is never available.
Yeah, if you're eating that many calories, we really need to see where you're at just so we can really manage exactly where you're at and what's happening in the weeks.
I will make that happen this weekend.
Okay, perfect. Any first baseline to be able to see that'll work. Did you take pictures as well to be able to see? We could tell that the 3,500 calories is going to muscle or fat as well over the.
No, I was embarrassed to take a picture. I was so skinny.
Yeah, we gotta have that, man, because you're gonna want to you'd be very happy once you get lean and jacked. So,
No, I sent you pictures. I texted you pictures.
I think you did before, but make sure that they're at least monthly as well.
Okay, that's the other thing I don't know is the Body Tent Warrior Fit. I don't know what that is yet, or not Body Tent Warrior Fit.
Yep.
What is that?
You can end up doing that at the end of the week, and it's more like a review.
Okay.
For review for the week. Yep.
So you don't do it till Sunday?
Correct. You could probably still do it Saturday if you wanted to, but once you start dialing in your other stuff, finish that week out, mark all your stuff off on Sunday, and then just finish everything out. And really do. I know you haven't put the time aside yet, but when you do that every Sunday, It literally, I think everybody right now, most everybody, when all your stuff's set up, it takes less than an hour. If you're
No,
not
I went in
the
to
whole
do it
month.
on Sunday. I closed out last week. I went in to do it on Sunday. I was ready to do it, but I got in front of it. Like I don't really know what I'm supposed to do again.
Cool. Cool. We'll get you dialed in. Just finish out this week, then try to get your stuff ready, and then either Saturday or Sunday, I can help you out. Just FaceTime on Saturday or Sunday, and I'll help you out. It shouldn't be, even if it's Sunday afternoon, evening, it'll take an hour, and you'll pretty much dial in towards your goal for what you're doing, but utilize some of what you did last week. Makes it easier as well too if you already have your phone and a computer there, or if you have, like, I use my computer and my iPad. It makes it super easy because I can look at last week's, I can look at and then say how I want to adjust it and then adjust it for this week.
Okay.
It once you get into a rhythm, right, Andy?
Yeah, if you have two monitors also at the house, you can open and you have the app downloaded on the computer. You can open up the app twice and have one kind of side by side to have you navigate. Because then you
On a
can,
dual
if
monitor.
yeah, because if you can, if there's some things that are going to be copy pastable, so you can just kind of just like transition that on over and make it a little easier for yourself.
Nice. Nice. So if you got two monitors, then beautiful. I didn't know that way. Like I got mine again, the computer on one and the iPad. And then so I do, but I have to talk into, the new one, setting up what I have. But if it was copied and pasted, that would be pretty ideal too.
Might be yeah. So even with the laptop,
Yeah.
catch it to a TV, and then you can slide it on over that way.
Look at that. Super nice. Super nice. Cool. But once you figure that out, what works for you takes about an hour. If you're doing the month one, then that takes 2 or 3 hours, but you're setting it up for the whole month. Then you got the whole week for that week. So makes it good. Cool. Huge successes. You got a failure in there?
I didn't open my Bible. That's this week's war is being,
Okay.
or it'll probably end up being next week's war at this point. So I haven't set it up.
Yep.
Yeah, I got body back on track last week. Now it's time to get being back on track.
Okay. Okay. That right there is going to be this. Once you get that Bible, like, once you get the being in line, that's going to be the best way to actually stay sober for the long haul.
It's the answer to everything.
Yeah, because you'll lose track at different times of going to the gym. You'll lose a little bit of the willpower going to the gym. And when that willpower and that motivation dwindle and a being is not in the right place, then you'll go back to the drinking, right? That's usually the draw. The willpower, the focus on the working out, the reality stuff. But you get the being part in line, you'll stay sober. That's at least for myself, if I maintain there. Beautiful. That's a really good deal. That's actually a long list. He said short list. That's a long list. Very good. Really, really, Nathaniel, proud of you. It's awesome. Huge change from last year. And the thing is, I know once we get you dialed in and this, like, your structure and accountability will be off the charts. This list for you will be exceptional. Proud of you. Let's go. What you got? Who's next? Successes and failures.
I'll go ahead and take next. Successes. Just about everything has been on track. These last couple of days, I did wake up a little later, but that kind of also helped me feel a little more energized throughout the day, I'd say. Definitely got the system down for my Discover Declare, kind of being able to post it as well in a way that I kind of enjoy, and it's kind of very streamlined as well. I wanted to implicate getting 10,000 steps a day, so found a way to implement that as well throughout my workout, and taking advantage of moments throughout the day to also kind of get the body movement. I think the biggest thing and kind of like being that came as well is now I have reminders set up to just like 2 extra minutes throughout the day, or 2 minutes, 5 different times throughout the day, just 2 minutes to reflect on the same mantra that I got from my morning meditation. So I'll do that a couple more times, and then same still deal, where I start my morning with that 5 minute quiet meditation time with the mantra, ending my night the same way, and then now an extra 5 sessions of 2 minutes, putting me at 20 minutes throughout the day. And I also like to say it's a way for me to bring God more times in my day instead of just saying, boom, okay, just here right now. So I'm enjoying
What was that last one right there? What do you do right there? 5 times the 20 minutes?
So
5 times?
no, so 20 minutes 5 times.
No,
No,
5 minutes.
So in the morning and in the night, I'll do the Bible verse breakdown, and then I'll have Chat GPT create me a mantra reflecting the verse,
Okay.
and then I'll meditate on that for 5 minutes. So that same mantra, I'll tack it on 5 more times for 2 minutes throughout the day. And now also kind of like, inviting God into the moment, to descend the Holy Spirit, for Jesus to sit with me in the moment,
Yep.
trying to have that become more of my daily routine, part of who I am. That's one of those big implements. I spent quite some money on another course, which I thought would be to help me more quickly develop as a salesman. So that's going to set me back in my saving goal, and I didn't see that. And now, regardless, I can't go back and take it back at the decision, but find a way to kind of make the best out of it. I guess the lesson out of that was I need to just sit down and keep my word on my commitments and my goals, and stop trying to jump in between different things to try to accelerate other things. Which, as I went out to the car, I started thinking about something I heard was relationship with money. And there was actually one from my Bible verse in my Bible stack. That's one of the things to implement going into next month, how to better my relationship with money so I can continue to go forward. There's a lot of more kind of figuring out weaknesses to see what has to be developed so I can grow in that aspect. But that was one of the highlighting things. The relationship with money. So that was there. Body Being Balanced Business in balance. Pretty run of the mill. We did have our family dinner movie night last week, so that was nice. What did we see? Oh, it was my mom's pick for the movie, so she wanted to watch Bridesmaids. So not something I would have watched on my own. But it was actually quite funny. But it was nice to kind of even have that moment, just like, well, even though sometimes it's not something that I may not want to do or something that's not typically for me, but
Yeah.
you give it some time, it's not as bad as making it out to be sometimes.
That's good. Yeah. Business.
I have a question. Andy, did you stack doing that course before you signed up for it?
No, I did not. I truth be told, there was a spur of the moment. No. It was something I had been thinking about, and because it did align with what the Warrior Way is, what it means to me. Like, I was like, okay, this is something that I can get behind because it's something that aligns with what it is that I'm already involved in. So it just kind of piggyback into one another.
But we can justify anything.
Right. And I'm very good at doing that.
Yeah.
It's probably,
Which is an honest
kryptonite.
question that Nathaniel's asking.
I did not stack it. No.
Yeah. Beautiful question, Nathaniel.
I mean, it's kind of hypocritical for me to ask that question, but
No,
still,
no,
I see it.
beautiful. I hear you.
Feel free to call me on my BS,
No. Hey, man, I'm I mean, it's 100%, right? I don't leverage the stacks as much as I should. Like I am between Discover, Prayer, and Bible. Those are the ones that I hit the most.
which is huge.
But the other ones, I don't really leverage them.
Which is huge. And so, like Andy and I talked this morning during the workout, more so talked than worked out, but being able to go over, I'm telling you, like he's talking about the money that he spent is a lot of money. If we're not doing the Warriors way, which is the baseline of all of it, like if we're not doing that, it doesn't matter about all these other little courses because it's almost like following two different religions. You got to look at it, or cults, cultures, not like the cult you're talking, but a whole different culture in some, and they are coming together. Like Garrett is aligning the kingdoms together. So it's not that they're not the same, but like what you're paid for, what I paid for, what Coach Noel has paid for to be able to bring you hundreds of thousands of dollars to give to you is all right here. And the kingdoms are being aligned so that they can follow in with the Warriors way and this type of framework and being able to do that. And so if we're not doing that, the things like I was trying to point out, like you're asking that question about the stack, did you stack it? Well, it's the same. It's like if we're not looking in the day of what, why, lesson, apply. That's a basic framework of what we're supposed to be doing here. So if there's two different places. Oh, are you awake? Are you asleep? You get into the question. Oh yeah, every guy, ask a guy if he's asleep or awake. He's going to tell you he's awake. I'm awake. But if you're not separating from the situation and analyzing that of what, why, lesson, apply of a basic thing, and then we were talking about being able to pit to peak. If you're not doing those, like you're not analyzing the situation and utilizing the programming of even what we got. And then once we're doing that, right, the what, why, lesson, apply, and then falling into the framework, then that's when I was talking to him about being able to have the other frameworks and stack those and being able to go down and see actually what you're doing. And it always comes back to, what do I want? Like, what are my goals? What was that? And being able to be in alignment with that and check that with what your calling was. What are my goals? Is it really, truly in line with my goals? But we've opened up hundreds of thousands of dollars, huge opportunity to be able to be in this for 8 more months. That's it. Unless I open up another $100,000 or whatever for everybody, you got 6 or 8 more months to live this.
What do you mean you opened up hundreds of thousands of dollars? What does that mean?
Already spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to bring this program to you guys.
Gotcha.
To be a part and teach this and be able, like next week I go down to, so monthly I'm a part of the council, the part of stuff for the business that we've already created, every part that we've done to be able to bring this. Most men pay $25,000 to $250,000 for the exact same program that you have right now. I can send you videos for the other. Look at Savage Syndicate. Savage Syndicate is practicing the same type of life, except for they're just implementing it at a higher level. And those guys are paying $50,000 to $250,000 just to be in close proximity with Garrett, to be doing exactly the same stuff that you guys have open to you. If you can keep your eyesight on what it is. I was talking to Andy, like there's a huge difference if you look at when we were doing like the Wake Up Warrior Challenge. At different times, whatever that meant,
Doesn't work, really.
fully on fire, being able to step into that. Like at different times, what are you doing? That's why the question is for successes and failures. Talking to Andy the other day, like success and failure. be able to come back and ask, what was the success and failures? Like these are huge because I remember a time when I walk away, if I walk away for a week, I got to shut the whole thing down. Everything falls apart. Or I step away for a week, everything goes completely in a different direction. It becomes more of a men's hangout than it does, what are we doing for goals and direction? So this is huge. This is good. But you have huge opportunity right now. All of us. And when we lose track of that, it's very easy to go in a different direction. I went away for 5 days. You know how easy right now I'd be able to sell all my stuff, pick up, and just be able to go to Colombia and have no purpose, have no passion, have no structure and accountability.
You'd be sick the whole time, though.
I probably would be sick. It'd be tough. I'd be sick within my soul.
Okay.
Cool.
I am
Brandon.
I am a couple months into this, and as of last Friday, down 12 pounds.
12?
Yeah,
Nice.
weight loss wasn't a big thing for me. You know what I mean? I was kind of operating at that. I mean, I could lose a little flab, but you know, let's see. So that's good. My eating is just constantly getting better. Sticking to that, you know, I never hit the 2,000 calories. I don't know why. But I hit the protein. I normally stay below my carbs, and almost always stay below my fat. So I can feel it. You know, you can feel it in your body when you're eating right, working
Yeah.
out and everything. You know progress is there. So I'm sticking with that. I haven't done a body fat thing. My body, I normally hang around that 23 to 25%. That's just the way it's been throughout my military career. And
What about pictures as well?
I did a video. I did a video for January. I haven't done a February yet, so
Okay.
that will happen this weekend.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
My wife's liking it, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be nice when she's holding on to your biceps, like lean and chiseled.
I'm doing Bible stacks, 3 to 5 a week.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a failure as well as a success. Unfortunately, this last week.
Before you started here, how many times were you picking up the Bible? Okay.
So yeah,
Huge.
it's a success.
Huge success.
I don't even own a Bible. I think there's one in the house somewhere, but
yeah. So just going into the phone, doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. This
This
is nice because then you have a Bible with you always
always.
if you get into that practice.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, it constantly gives me reminders. Yeah, God's with you.
Yeah.
Well, I need to check out.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
About being, but I'll come back to it.
What about meditation or any of those?
Oh
other
yeah,
things?
meditation. So for some reason last week I got off the meditations, which I still have a little bit of time left in this week, so I can still get them. I have had to go back into the office 2 days a week, which really pisses me off.
Mm.
But whatever, that goes into business.
Well,
So the meditation, yeah, I can't sit there at my desk for 10 minutes and close my eyes. Somebody's like, wait, you're sleeping at your desk. I could do it in the evening, but too busy. So balance is very, very consistent. The texts with both my daughters, I count them as one person.
so do I. Good.
And then my wife. So that's good. We're doing things together. My oldest daughter convinced my wife and I to play pickleball this last weekend.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Join in another cult.
No injuries. And I told myself when that crap came out that I was never going to play it. Now my wife likes it. I guess I'm,
Good luck.
yeah, it's giant ping pong.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're doing things together. You know, that's good. Business is, you know, like I said, I have to go into work, and it's opened my eyes to, and talking to other guys while I was in there. Holy crap, I don't want to be here. You know, and they're the same way. They're like, man, this company is not what it used to be. You know, so that has forced me to start exploring. You know, maybe following a dream that I have, which is going to be extremely expensive, but there's, you know, ways to do it. So the exploration is a success because I was never ever going to do it if had I not, you know, one, I contribute, you know, the Warriors way to it,
Yeah.
but you know, out of fear. There's,
Yeah. Good.
It's an easy answer. You know, I can't do that. I got to stay with this. It's flexible. It's a paycheck,
Yeah.
right? So,
Man, that's gotta feel good, waking up the soul for possibilities and dreams.
yeah, I'm excited, but you know, of course, the skepticism, the bit of fear, but man, just yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Always. Always.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Very good. Sounds exciting. So what was the failure?
Failures. Not getting that meditation. Plus not you know, the Bible stacks because I know I can do it. I have to be more consistent.
Okay. Good.
I know that's a failure. Another failure is not doing the Friday cold plunges, which we haven't done for a
Well, that's kind of
month.
been, I know every Friday I've been gone, right? Every Friday. So yeah, every Friday right now, I feel bad every time. It's like, I'm texting Craig, like, hey dude, I'm actually gone out of town again, again. So, but yeah, we'll set up for tomorrow. We'll be ready for tomorrow. Be able to suffer tomorrow. So, which is good. Very good, very good. But dang. So I wonder successes. Man, it's kind of tough because I've been gone. I think I could focus in some ways uh, being gone and being the flow of life. Um, I'll count that as a success. Um, it's interesting because being in the Warriors Way and having the app and being able to, I mean, inside every part and doing that, and then now leaving for 5 days, which was at the end of one week and at the beginning of another week. So that's going to mess up 2 weeks of my points. So it's going to look like a failure. But it's interesting to be able to leave and do that and still doing my discover and declares, doing my Bible stacks. Um, I've never consistently done a Bible anything for this amount of time. So that's been December, January, now still in the month of February. So to be able to wake up in the morning and still know this is important to me. So that would be the success of what's important, of who I am, what I want, what I'm doing at that level. And on the other part, it's interesting because as we're going over the successes and failures, that's where it's interesting because I could easily, the goals and all of that stuff, it makes me question, what do I want? What do I truly want? Because when you step into another world, if you really want it, it should still be the same. This is the direction I'm going in. And so, being gone, I was very, very sick. So I know that whatever world I'm in, I always want to work out and stuff like that. But that didn't even really happen because, I was blowing my nose like every 2 minutes and just like still trying to have a good time. So, the success though, again, would be the discover and declare, still going after that, doing the business or the business part of that, but still the Bible, being able to do that every single day. Um, Again, successes and failures, like coming back to what we want, being able to shoot towards the goals that we like did. So hearing you with your soul, waking up, it's like as we get you more in line on body, being, balance, and business, those doing those and staying in line with what is alignment for you, and then clearly defining what that goal is, what that vision is, what that calling is, and what that is going to take to be able to open that up instead of off of a whim of, I think, because that's where so many other failures. Oh, it didn't work out because we weren't ready to be able to truly step into something yet and get off track of actually what we're doing here. Because if you can't run the Warriors way, like no wonder like why everything falls apart, because we were never established in a place of a foundation that it actually could have been successful,
Yeah, it makes sense.
right?
It makes sense that, yeah, it makes sense, to have it's any kind of structure, right? You got to have that floor, that base structure,
Yep,
and the Warriors way is that base structure,
has to.
and it builds off of everything.
Every part. And so once we're still calling that like that, being able to have a predictable power that you're able to operate from, and that predictable place over and over and over. So perfect, getting into alignment. Good. I hope you guys are able to clearly see your successes are huge. This is good. Very, very good. Very good. Um, there's another part of being able to also realize, like inside of this alignment, it feels like you're going in that direction, but it can become numb and disconnected because you're inside the routine of what it is. Just like Andy was talking about, it felt like complete alignment, but there's so many other things that he went off track from what his goal was, right? It sounded amazing, but if we would continue work, what is my goal now? And then being able, like your soul's waking up to something that is big. Again, if you just jump into it, then we'll fail. And then you'll be like, oh, I guess it just wasn't God's timing for me. And it's like, well, no, hold on. If we could just learn the warrior's way, what, why, lesson, apply all of this, actually step into the action plan and chase after the goals that we said we're going to go after, establish this, then maybe he's pointing out you're doing A to B right now. He's showing you a little bit of C to be able to still go, okay, I know what I'm working for. I know what all this is for. Let me get this taken care of, and then I will get to B, and then I'll still get to C. Which is interesting because sometimes he'll take you almost to B just so that you can go to C. So it just depends. But being able to open those up and really chase after your goals first. What are we doing? Okay. It's gonna, like, this is just even this year that we said we're gonna be in is gonna be over super quick. Be super quick.
Yeah, I mean, it is so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really, I want to ask the question and check your heart. Check your mind, but check your heart. You've been appointed and anointed for this right here. How much are you stepping in? Knowing that you've been appointed and anointed to step into this, how much focus and awareness with intention and intensity are you stepping into the warrior's way?
I can answer that. Not enough, just like Andy said. I don't have all the, and not a bad thing. I don't have all the access that everybody else does
Yep.
with the app and everything.
Yep.
And so it's not yet, I guess, available to,
But just look,
to
like
be
even the
airborne,
2,000,
Just,
but to make sure
go.
2,000 calories,
yeah.
2,000 calories.
I'm focused. Yeah, that I'm
Get with Andy.
all in.
Get with Andy. But you said you haven't been hitting 2,000 calories.
I don't think it's
You see what I'm saying?
thing, but
No, it is a bad thing. You got to be able to hit those. And like when Andy's dialed in and he sets what his calories are and he gets triple zeros,
yeah.
it's he knows that he knows that he knows this is what it is.
Yeah.
And so when all of this can be in alignment, because say you're not reaching your 2,000, right? But you're hitting your protein. Proud of you. But you're not dialed in and hitting your 2,000 because it sounds better also that you're not hitting your fat. What do we want to hit also, Andy?
Fat.
You want to hit your fat.
That's great energy for you, bro. That's how you get there at 2,000, really.
Yeah.
That's huge.
And I think for me, I'm still putting, specifically with diet, putting everything in place where I'm not eating the same friggin' thing every day. You know what I mean?
Get that dialed
2
in.
cups of friggin' egg whites, mornings, whatever.
Yep.
I'm still dialing that in.
Have to dial that in. So
Yeah.
don't worry that you
And
don't
it's
have
hard.
the access.
You know
Don't
what I
worry.
mean? It's really, really hard.
But wait until if you don't get this dialed in and you go on to being,
yeah, I agree.
then this still falls apart. And then, like he said, just even the fats, then you're losing out on the energy.
Yeah.
Well, now you don't have the energy and your body's not functioning to where your being is actually on track. Then you feel tired and you're not able to pour into your balance. So the predictable power that we're trying to build to reach your impossible game within the business, it won't happen.
Right.
And so we have to be able, that's why it's super intense. Like Andy hitting triple zeros on that. And then being able to not, okay, now he already knows. When he gets to the place to where he already knows what he's eating and he can still hold himself accountable and then not go off track and still be within that place. That's where you want to be able to get and just operate from. So I hear you. You don't have access yet, but the reason we don't have access yet to it is because you have to be in line with body first. So it's beautiful. That so being able to really truly step in, it's beautiful. I want to say congratulations. It's awesome. These are huge successes. But there is a huge part of my soul, just even myself. I'm telling you, it's so easy to be asleep. It's easy for me to walk away and clearly go, well, really, are my goals that important to me? Like what is the point? But the intention and the intensity in which we need to be chasing after this, like talking to Andy, being able to have him when he was doing the Wake Up Warrior Challenge, we could all clearly see how much he was chasing after that. And then being able to be where we are now, when we lose those moments, being able to truly step back in, being appointed and anointed fully. What sucks on the other side is to ask, Nathaniel, if I told you I was going to give you $1 million at the end of the month, if you reached every part, all your points, all your weekly goals, every single thing, I would give you $1 million. If it was, you hit all your points. What do you think?
That's what do I think I would what?
If I told you that I give you $1 million, if you're weak, you hit all your points.
I would like to say I would hit all my points, but watching me right now, I don't know if I would. I know darn well my life will be exponentially better if I open my Bible, but yet I still don't open my Bible. I'd rather have a better relationship with God than $1 million.
But how do we know what is truly, we say one thing, but how do you truly know? What's the framework at the very end?
Stop.
Yep, at the very end of that.
Stop lying.
How do we know a man? By
his
his
fruit. Fruit.
Yeah.
Efforts, fruits,
by his fruit. So we
You know a man by his fruit.
not by his efforts,
his results.
but by his
Results and
results,
fruits, right.
by his fruits.
Yep.
So, but that's one of those things. I truly know if somebody said, I'll give you $1 million at the end,
I'd hit my numbers.
you'd hit them. So we clearly lose this sight of what actually really is important. And that's the only way that you're going to get. It is $1 million. It's easily $1 million. Easily. Listen to any of the other guys. You create this. I was just listening to a guy on the plane the other day. He's like $20,000. He's like, I hear these people. I want to make $20,000. You truly know what was that the other day? Somebody posted that in the thing. $20,000. That's easy. In a world where we can create any of these things, it's easy, but we're not consistent. We forget that we're appointed and anointed. We lose sight and focus of what truly matters. And once we start doing that, it's easily to be distracted. Have to walk in this 100%, man. Truly are. You have been appointed and anointed for this time. So, congratulations on your successes. At the same time, stop falling asleep. Stop being distracted. Step in with an intensity. Because I can ask each one of you, and each one of you are already like, oh, yeah. Dial it in. Come back to what I want. What do I want? What are my goals? Okay. It's the same. It's the same for me. I'm stepping all back in this week. I could clearly, like I said, I could move away to Colombia right now. I'd be just fine. Not really. I'd have lack of purpose overall. Be everything. So just check in. Check in with your heart. See where you're at. And then check in with all these other goals, everything else that you're supposed to be doing that you said you were going to reach. Because this month's almost over. Quarter's almost over. So then it's going to be truly asking what have you even reached in this amount of time in the quarter? What were those goals? What was reached? Because we know if we step off from diet 2, 3, 4 days, then you're cooked. One purchase, cooked. It doesn't take long to be off track at all. All the hard work, the daily consistency, everything done. Very. And then every goal that we said that we was going to meet ends up not being met. But it's crazy because there's a lot of hard work put in to not meet goals. It's a lot of hard work just to smash my own dick in the drawer. Like, why would I do that? Yeah. Yeah. Stuff. Good. Well, it's the same. I got to readjust. I got to realign. That's 2 weeks. That's a lot of hard work that I just stepped away for to enjoy life, see things, but I got to realign, see what I want, jump back in. Let's go. Cool. Anything else? What you got?
Yeah, I have a question.
What you got?
Circling back to Andy not stacking that purchase. What in this process, so that I can learn in the future, learn from his mistake, what should have prompted him to do the stack?
So that is when we're stepping away. For me, when I came back even from my ayahuasca that I talked to Andy about, the biggest thing, every part of my life for me right now has to be, we're talking about the code and the framework, right? The code and the framework. That framework for me has to be what, why, lesson, apply. But when you're doing the code at the beginning part as well, we have to understand like what is like coming back. What have I been called to? What am I doing? And then being able to go into the framework. And then in the end result, what, why, lesson, apply, doing that. Then I'm going to get to the stacking and being able to do that. And we have to apply that. So it is exactly right there. But are we following that framework and asking the questions? We're getting, and see, that's what's dangerous, even with the Bible study and all that other stuff. It's becoming a part of us. But when that becomes a part of you, it becomes check the block. When it becomes check the block, it's easily you get off track of not knowing what you want. And so it has to be very intentional getting to, I live by the framework, and then being able to stack that. Yep. Yep. But if we're not stacking, then we won't get to that because we don't see what's important. Yep. Yeah, it's huge. But again, just seeing, and there's so many parts, man, that are opened up. Business wise, we're just scratching the surface. I keep trying to show you, like inside of there, this is one of the greatest things to be able to hold men accountable within business. It's already there. So why are we going to go and do something else? Holds all of that, building all of the kingdom, being the man, be the king, build the kingdom. It's all inside of there. Build the business. I was letting him know, like again, like Garrett was a part of just even the sales stuff and the business stuff for ClickFunnels, the largest thing that's been running this country on sales. He was a part of that for the 10 years and just got handed off. Again, they handed from Tony Robbins, the GOAT, the man, the beast, from Tony Robbins to Garrett, signifying basically a passing of the torch. As Garrett is aligning all of these kingdoms together of these men that are having this movement. But the reason he's the one that's aligning these is because this way is the way. All the framework, everything that's inside of this that we need to be doing, living by the code, live by the framework, being able to implement all of this in your life. It's like the greatest, biggest opportunity. And it's just now taking off. Garrett's been doing it 13 years. Now these last years have been just gaining steam. Now aligning the kingdoms. They're taking it worldwide. It's huge. Okay. So, but it's trusting the framework and being able to see life. When I was talking to Andy as well, like when you're looking at life, like, am I just hanging out and trying to stomp out fires and being able to do that? Or am I asking the questions? Am I awake enough again to ask the question? Separate from that. What, why, lesson, apply. You engage with one of your employees. Any of those situations, instead of trying to just answer the question and give them the answer to fix the problem, if you step into it even further, instead of reacting to what they're asking you, ask the questions even deeper level. What, why, lesson, apply. What am I seeing? Why am I seeing it? What is the lesson that God is trying to teach me to learn from this? Because everything is divine. Everything is, you have been appointed and anointed for that experience. What is he trying to teach you? Oh, he ain't trying to teach me nothing. I'm just in school and we do this stuff every single day and this is the way it is. Well, if you've been doing it every single day for 15, 20 years, why is that person still having to come to you and ask you for those things? Why haven't you been able to teach that person over time to see what, why, lesson, apply so that they can figure it out themselves as well? Because it's probably not the first type of way that it's unfolded, whether it's sales or school or whatever. So you've been put into that position to be able to navigate that. And if you're doing that, what, why, lesson, apply, that's why I said I can hand that off to my kid. If I'm asking her, instead of just telling her what to do, what, why, lesson, apply, I can do that with my kids. I can do that with employees. I can do it all across the board. Now I'm actively engaged. And if I'm asking the questions, what, why, lesson, apply, if you're getting into that framework, then the next one would be, what side am I on to be able to stop, surrender, struggle, strike? Now that I thought of that framework, what's the next one? Am I on rage, anger, irritation? Am I down on that side? Or now am I on happy, grateful, any of those? Being able to be on that? Or do I need to take it to prayer? Do I need to go into biblical study on it? And each one of those all have their own framework. So if I'm looking at that type of framework, that would be the next. Otherwise, you're just in your day, just reacting and responding. You're not consciously thinking what, why, lesson, apply. Stop, surrender, struggle, strike. And then once we can get to those frameworks, then your business framework on top of that, then you can actually apply the business framework on top of those. Which it just keeps going. There's new lanes and levels, and they all coincide. They all come together. It's not a different program on this one over here or that. They all come together to where body, being, balance, and business in every direction. I encourage you just to open up, just start getting into the code book, the framework within the code of what's going on. Do that as if you were doing the Wake Up Warrior Challenge. Do those, figure this out, and actually live by the code. Because facts, feelings, focus, fruit, raw, real, relevant results, yeah, it sounds awesome. But the depth of actually what the code is, we haven't even still. It's like, again, haven't even begun. And so as we step into next month, knowing the app better and better, that's why I want everybody to be able to be in the app doing what they need to be doing, because come next month, need to wake up again and being able to step into some program, whatever one that you're called to, being able to run that and do that on your own time. Okay, whether it's finishing out Wake Up Warrior Challenge, whether it's waking up and doing and pointing the time and expanding and being able to do the code or any of these others. But there's so much in there. And you guys are, again, that app, so much money in there. And then if you apply what's actually in there, it would be endless of the money you would be able to, just not even the money, what you'd be able to create different in your life. But again, we're so distracted with all these other little things. As I say that, distracted. No, I'm not distracted. Distracted. What would, just picture, envision, what would life be like if you weren't having to try to just even figure out this app? God bless you.
Cool.
How much better would it be at a level that it's just, I don't have to really question if Andy is living within this predictable power. Like, it's not even a question anymore. Like, Andy's living within the predictable power. Then the question is, what about how is this being within then figuring and doing the other stuff within the app? To expand to a place where the predictable power isn't even a question anymore. It opens up the door like beyond. Then different levels of living by the code. What you got, Andy? I'm going to let you close us out. I saw you hit a spot right there where you were like, you got some kind of enlightenment.
Yeah. Garrett should probably put a disclaimer out after you get done with the Wake Up Warrior Challenge. Make sure that you're just doing an hour a day throughout the rest of the app. That way you have it down all the way with a discovery stack, and because that could be the place where you're just like, all right, now I'm really fucking cooking. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm just like, well, I did it there, so kind of like challenge accepted. Watch me do it again.
Yep. You see the difference? Like you're crushing it right now on so many levels. But can you also feel and see the difference between when you were in the Wake Up Warrior Challenge 100% versus like the way your focus and awareness is right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've noticed I've kind of not drifted away, but it's just like you're at that place where you're just like, okay, so what do I do now?
Yeah.
And instead of leveraging the app, I went to go find a different model to follow when the model was there.
What do we continually do? And you should be able to look in different areas of your life that you continually do that.
Oh, yeah, numerous places.
So if we know that about ourselves, that's the part that we're trying to master, to where I keep coming back to the code. What do I really want? And then if you already said what you want, then being able to do that.
Yeah, I can see the place where it's like going back to the principles. Just apply the same principle that helped you get those revelations earlier on. Focus them on the other resources. Extract what you need from those resources and continue to move. But don't leave the resources unused, wasted.
Yeah. So easy to fall asleep. So easy to get distracted. It's good. Cool. Andy, will you pray us out?
Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to come back together. Thank you for allowing us to drift, just to show us that often the answer is right under our nose. We just have to be wise enough and open enough to look under. As we continue to move on and continue to set out our direction for the next month, help us continue to find that fire that you have within us. Go back to the words anointed and appointed. Let those revelations begin to set in so we may continue to walk this path that you have for us. And in Jesus' mighty name, I pray and thank you. Amen.
Amen. Amen. What were those dates? We're still doing 4 weeks, but as we open up, it's going to end still in this month.
So we're going to be done by March 31st will be the beginning of the next month.
Or March 30th.
March 30th.
Well,
March,
so
March 30th will be
March
the end.
30th will be the Sunday, and
And
then March 31st will be the
Monday.
Monday,
Right.
which opens up into the new month.
Right.
Then that gives us 4 weeks inside of that month instead of 5. So
we're running business weeks around here.
yeah, nice work. Nice work. Andy was kind of looking at that. So beautiful. Just so we're all on the same page, creating our monthly deals. Very good.
So when does it start? If it ends March 30th, when does it start?
March 31st.
31 days in
It
March.
always
No. When did the month we're in now? When did it start?
The second.
Yeah, something like that.
March 2nd or
Second of
March?
February.
It was February.
So this month ends the 28th or the 23rd or the 2nd or the 3rd, whatever. This month ends Sunday.
Okay.
It'll end Sunday. Otherwise, if you don't, otherwise it like ends Sunday, then it 5 weeks, then you're into April. It's like it's the easiest way to kind of still break it down 4 weeks, 4 weeks. Otherwise, then you got 5 weeks, but you're still entering into a next month. It's just like it's kind of off. Yep, being shorter. So we'll just kind of align it right inside of there. So 30th, Monday the 31st starts it, and then you're already into the week, and then we'll do 4 weeks for that month. It's good. Cool. Got to get it. Got to get it. Stop it. Yep. Good. Awesome. Nathaniel, we'll get together like Saturday or Sunday, just whatever hour kind of works. Cool.
Oh, yes, sir.
Cool. Keep crushing it, bro.